The door burst open without a knock, and there stood my brother, Mark. His face twisted in a mix of confusion and rage as he caught me mid-kiss with Jordan, my secret boyfriend. In that frozen second, the world tilted. Mark's shout echoed through the house like a gunshot, alerting our parents downstairs who came rushing up, their expressions morphing from concern to horror. What followed was a cascade of accusations, tears, and ultimatums that would unravel the fragile threads of our family life forever. I had always known I was different. Growing up in the quiet suburbs of Denver, Colorado, where everyone knew everyone else's business, I learned early to hide parts of myself. My name is Bram Thompson, 22 years old, fresh out of community college with a degree in graphic design that felt more like a placeholder than a passion. Mark, my older brother by 3 years, was the golden child star quarterback in high school, now climbing the corporate ladder at a tech firm downtown. Our parents, Dad a conservative accountant and Mom a devout church volunteer, had built their lives around traditional values. Hard work, family dinners, Sunday services. Being gay wasn't part of that script. Jordan entered my life like a quiet storm. We met at a local coffee shop where I worked part-time as a barista. He was 23, studying environmental science at the university, with a smile that could light up the dimmest room and eyes that seemed to see right through my defenses. At first, it was just friendly banter over lattes. He'd come in during my shifts, ordering the same black coffee with a side of conversation about hiking trails or indie bands. One day, he asked if I wanted to join him on a trail run. I said yes, not realizing it was the start of something that would consume me. Our first kiss happened under a canopy of aspens in the fall, leaves crunching beneath us as the sun dipped low. It was tentative, exploratory, but it ignited a fire I didn't know I had. Jordan was out and proud, having come from a more progressive family in Boulder. He encouraged me to be honest with myself, but I resisted. "What about your family?" he'd ask, his hand tracing patterns on my arm. I'd shrug it off, saying they wouldn't understand. Deep down, I feared they wouldn't accept. The secrecy ate at me. We'd steal moments in his apartment or late-night drives, but the weight of the lie pressed heavier each day. Mark and I shared a room growing up, but even after I moved to the basement for privacy, he had a habit of barging in unannounced. That fateful evening, Jordan had come over while our parents were at a church meeting. We thought we had time. We didn't. Mark's intrusion shattered everything. "What the hell is this?" he bellowed, his eyes darting between us. Jordan pulled away, grabbing his shirt, while I stammered incoherently. Dad arrived first, his face reddening as he pieced it together. Mom followed, clutching her cross necklace like a lifeline. The room erupted in chaos. Dad demanding explanations, Mom sobbing about sin and salvation, Mark pacing like a caged animal. I tried to explain. "It's not a choice, Dad. This is who I am." But words failed against their wall of disbelief. Jordan left quietly, whispering, "Call me when it's safe." That night, I slept on the couch, the house silent but for muffled arguments upstairs. The next morning, breakfast was a battlefield. Dad laid down the law. "This isn't happening under my roof. You need help, son." He meant therapy, the conversion kind whispered about in church circles. Mom nodded tearfully, quoting Bible verses. Mark avoided my gaze, his betrayal stinging deepest. He'd always been my protector. I refused. "I'm not broken." The standoff escalated. Dad threatened to cut me off financially. Mom pleaded for me to pray it away. Mark finally spoke. "How could you do this to us, Bram? Think about what people will say." Jordan texted me constantly, offering support, but I felt isolated. I confided in my best friend, Lisa, who urged me to stand my ground. But the pressure mounted. At work, rumors started. Small-town vibes meant nothing stayed secret long. One evening, Jordan showed up at my door, determined. "We face this together." But Dad answered, slamming the door in his face. That was the breaking point. I packed a bag and left, crashing at Jordan's place. Freedom tasted bittersweet. I traded family for love. Days blurred into weeks. I found a roommate ad online and moved into a cramped apartment in the city, juggling 2 jobs to make rent. Jordan and I grew closer, our relationship a sanctuary amid the storm. But guilt gnawed at me. Calls from Mom went unanswered. Mark's texts accused me of selfishness. Then came the family intervention. They ambushed me at a neutral coffee shop, the same one where I'd met Jordan. Dad, Mom, Mark, even our pastor. They begged me to come home to seek guidance. The pastor spoke of redemption, but his words felt like chains. I wavered. Jordan wasn't there. I told him to stay away. In that moment of weakness, surrounded by familiar faces pleading with love twisted by fear, I agreed to try therapy. It was a decision born of desperation, one that would haunt me. The sessions were torturous. The therapist, recommended by the church, pushed narratives of change suppression. I attended 3 before realizing it was poison. But the damage was done. I doubted myself, and Jordan sensed it. When I confessed, his face fell. "You chose them over us?" The argument escalated, words like daggers. He accused me of cowardice. I defended my need for family. We parted angry, a chasm opening between us. Alone in my apartment, I stared at the ceiling, questioning everything. Had I made the right choice leaving home? Was love worth the wreckage? Reconciliation attempts faltered. Mom called weekly, her voice laced with hope and judgment. "We're praying for you, Bram. Come to church this Sunday." I declined politely, but each refusal chipped away at my resolve. Dad was colder, his emails brief. "Think about your future." Mark remained distant, our brotherly bond fractured. Jordan and I reconciled after a tearful night of apologies. "I get it," he said, holding me close. "Family's hard." But trust was bruised. We navigated carefully, avoiding triggers. Our dates shifted from public displays to private intimacy, movies at home, hikes in secluded spots. Work provided distraction. At the coffee shop, I befriended coworkers who were allies, sharing stories that bolstered my confidence. One, named Riley, was openly gay and invited me to a local LGBTQ support group. There, I met others facing similar battles: rejection, self-doubt. It was empowering, a reminder I wasn't alone. But society's undercurrents surfaced. At a family gathering I foolishly attended, Aunt Linda's birthday whispers followed me. Cousins avoided eye contact. Uncles made veiled jokes about lifestyles. Mark pulled me aside. "Why'd you come? You're making everyone uncomfortable." His words cut deep, revealing his own internalized shame. I left early, driving to Jordan's in tears. "They hate me," he comforted me, but I saw worry in his eyes. "Maybe give them time." Time didn't heal. It festered. Dad lost a client when rumors spread through his professional network. He blamed me, calling in fury, "Your choices are ruining us." Mom's health declined, stress-induced migraines, she claimed. Guilt propelled me to action. I wrote letters, pouring out my heart, explaining my truth. No responses came. Instead, Mark showed up at my apartment unannounced, echoing that fateful day. "We need to talk," he said, stepping inside. His face was drawn, eyes red. "Mom's in the hospital. Anxiety attack." My world spun. "Is she okay?" "She will be, but it's killing her." He sat, head in hands. "Bram, I don't get it. Why choose this?" "It's not a choice," I snapped. But then, vulnerability. "Remember when we were kids? You always had my back." He nodded. "I still do. But this changes everything." We talked for hours, bridging gaps. He admitted confusion, fear of judgment from friends. I shared my pain, the isolation. By dawn, a tentative truce. He'd advocate for me with our parents. Hope flickered. Jordan was wary. "Don't get hurt again." But I believed in change. Weeks later, a family dinner was arranged. Neutral ground, a restaurant. Tensions high but civil. Dad grumbled. Mom hugged me tightly. We discussed boundaries, acceptance inching forward. But betrayal lurked. Unbeknownst to me, Mark had confided in his girlfriend, Sarah, who posted subtly on social media about family struggles with sin. It went viral in our conservative circles. Outrage poured in, calls, emails condemning me. I confronted Mark. How could you? He denied involvement, but evidence pointed to Sarah. She thought it would help pray for you. The fallout was swift. Jordan urged me to cut ties. They're toxic, but blood bonds pulled. In a moment of rage, I publicly came out on social media, detailing my story. Support flooded from strangers, but family recoiled. Dad disowned me formally in a letter. Heartbroken, I leaned on Jordan. Our love deepened, but scars remained. Decisions weighed heavy. Forgive or forget. One night, Jordan proposed moving away to San Francisco, a fresh start. We build our own family. Tempting, but running felt like defeat. I chose confrontation. Arranging a final meeting, I laid bare the pain. Accept me or lose me. Their response? Silence, then tears. Mom whispered, I love you, but I can't condone this. The door closed behind me, a chapter ending. Freedom's price. Solitude. Life without family was a void. Holidays passed in quiet, Jordan and I creating new traditions. Takeout turkey, walks in the snow. But echoes of laughter from childhood haunted me. Friends became surrogate family. Riley hosted gatherings where I felt seen. Professionally, I thrived, landing a freelance gig designing for a queer-owned brand. My work reflected my identity. Pride swelled, but imposter syndrome lingered. Was I worthy? Jordan's patience waned. You're dwelling, he'd say during arguments. My mood swings, born of unresolved grief, strained us. One fight escalated. If you can't move on, maybe we need space. Space became separation. He moved out temporarily, crashing with friends. Alone, I spiraled. Late nights scrolling old photos, questioning choices. A turning point came via an unexpected email from Mark. I miss my brother. Attached. A photo of us as kids, grinning on bikes. We met secretly. He apologized profusely. Sarah and I broke up. She was wrong. Tears flowed. I've been educating myself. Attended a PFLAG meeting. Hope reignited. He promised to bridge with parents. Give me time. Jordan returned, cautious. If they hurt you again. But I needed closure. Months passed. Mark reported progress. Mom reading books on LGBTQ issues. Dad softening via therapy. Real therapy, not conversion. A breakthrough. They invited us, to dinner. Jordan hesitated, but agreed for me. The evening was awkward. Small talk strained. But no judgments. Dad asked about my job. Mom complimented Jordan's studies. As dessert arrived, Dad cleared his throat. We've been wrong. Fear blinded us. Tears. We want you back. Elation mixed with skepticism. Jordan squeezed my hand. Integration was slow. Family events included us tentatively. But undercurrents persisted. Church friends' side eyes. Dad's occasional slips. Then crisis. Mom's cancer diagnosis. Stage 2, treatable but scary. The family rallied, and for the first time, Jordan was included. In hospital waits, bonds reformed. Dad confided fears. Mom shared regrets. Mark became ally-in-chief, defending us fiercely. Treatment succeeded, but the scare awakened us. Life's fragility prompted honesty. We did, holding hands defiantly. Whispers ensued, but Dad shut them down. My son's happiness matters more. Pride surged, but costs lingered. Lost friendships, strained relations. Jordan and I grew stronger, planning a future. But a shadow loomed. My internal conflict. Had I forgiven too easily? One night, A dream haunted me, choosing family over love, losing both. Awake, I realized balance was key. Society's pressures evolved. At work, a promotion came with scrutiny from a bigoted client. Stand firm or compromise? I stood firm, losing the account but gaining respect. The price? Financial strain. Jordan supported. We're in this together. As highs mounted, a betrayal shattered trust. It started with a text from an unknown number. Jordan's cheating. Attached. Photos of him with another man, intimate but ambiguous. Confrontation was brutal. It's not what it looks like, he insisted. The man was an ex meeting for closure, but doubt seeded. Trust fractured. Arguments frequent. How can I believe you? He'd retort. After all we've been through? Investigation revealed truth. Innocent coffee. Photos doctored by a vindictive acquaintance from Jordan's past. Relief but damage done. We sought counseling, unpacking insecurities. My family issues amplified fears of abandonment. Therapy unearthed depths. My choice to reconcile with family stemmed from fear of loneliness, not true forgiveness. Sessions intense. Tears shed. Jordan admitted his own doubts. Sometimes I wonder if you're all in. Commitment renewed, but tentatively. We planned a trip, road to California, symbolizing escape. En route, revelations. Jordan shared childhood traumas, bullying for being gay. Parallels drew us closer. Back home, family dynamics shifted positively. Dad joined a support group. Mom baked for pride events. But society struck back. A local scandal. A gay couple assaulted in our neighborhood. Fear gripped us. We volunteered at advocacy groups, channeling anger into action. Marches, petitions, empowerment. Yet, personal toll, exhaustion. Jordan burned out, withdrawing. Pivotal decision. Propose. Ring in pocket, I knelt during a hike. Will you marry me? Tears, yes. Joy overshadowed shadows. Planning ensued, but family reactions varied. Mom excited. Dad hesitant about traditional vows. Mark offered to officiate, a gesture of full acceptance. Wedding prep highlighted conflicts. Venue debates. Inclusive or family-friendly? We chose inclusive, inviting all. Some relatives declined, citing beliefs. Hurt, but we proceeded. The day arrived. Vows exchanged under sunny skies. Bliss short-lived. Post-honeymoon, a call. Dad's heart attack. Rushing to hospital. Guilt resurfaced. Had stress contributed? He recovered, but frailty evident. Live your life, he urged. I've wasted time on hate. Awakening for all. We prioritized time together, mending fully. But life's twists continued. Jordan's job offer in New York, dream opportunity. Relocate or separate. Debate raged. I encouraged go, but fears of distance loomed. He accepted, promising long distance. Separation tested us. Weekly flights, but loneliness crept. A temptation. At a bar, a flirtatious stranger. I resisted, but the near miss scared me. Confession to Jordan. Honesty strengthened us. Decision. I moved to New York. Uproot life, but love demanded it. Saying goodbye to family bittersweet. We'll visit. Promises exchanged. New chapter. City life. Vibrant queer scene. But adjustments hard. Culture shock. Missing home. Internal conflict peaked. Was this happiness or escape? New York pulsed with energy. A far cry from Denver's calm. Our apartment in Brooklyn overlooked bustling streets. A haven amid chaos. Jordan thrived at his environmental firm, networking at events. I freelanced remotely, building a portfolio that attracted urban clients. Yet, isolation hit. Friends back home faded, making new ones daunting. Nights alone while Jordan worked late bred resentment. An argument exploded. You're never here, he countered. This was our dream. Counseling again, tools to communicate. We set date nights, boundaries. Family visits helped. Mom and Dad flew in, marveling at the city. Proud of you, Dad said, a milestone. Mark visited too, announcing his engagement to a new partner, progressive, supportive. Double dates bridged worlds. But societal pressures persisted. In the city, acceptance was norm, but microaggressions lingered. Stares, comments. A workplace incident. My boss downplayed my identity in a meeting. Speak up or stay silent. I spoke, risking job. Support from colleagues, but tension rose. Jordan faced similar. A project stalled by homophobic stakeholders. We leaned on each other, resilience growing. A surprise, adoption discussions. Build our family, Jordan suggested. Research began. Agencies, challenges for gay couples. Excitement mixed with fear. Societal judgments, legal hurdles. Applications submitted, wait began. Meanwhile, a call from home. Aunt Linda passed. Funeral beckoned. Return stirred emotions. At the service, warm welcomes surprised. You've inspired us, a cousin whispered. Healing full circle. Back in New York, approval came, matched with a child. Joy overwhelming, but preparations intense. Parenthood loomed, questioning readiness. Birth-mother meeting, emotional, connecting over stories. Baby arrived. Ethan, tiny bundle reshaping us. Sleepless nights, but love boundless. Family flew in, grandparents doting. Yet, challenges balancing work, life. Jordan's promotion demanded travel. I juggled freelance and parenting. Strain showed. Arguments over responsibilities. A breaking point. I snapped. This is too much. Reevaluation. Hire help. Prioritize. Growth through trial. Society's mirror. News of anti-LGBTQ laws in states. Advocacy renewed. We marched with Ethan, teaching tolerance early. Reflection. Choices prices paid, but rewards immense. One evening, watching Ethan sleep, Jordan whispered, worth every scar. Agreement silent, but a final twist awaited. Years passed in a blur of milestones. Ethan's first steps, words, school days. Our family unit solid, a testament to perseverance. Jordan and I celebrated anniversaries with quiet dinners. Reminiscing paths crossed. Back in Denver, parents aged gracefully, visits frequent. Dad's retirement speech praised our modern family, a far cry from past rifts. Mark's wedding. We stood as best men, unity celebrated. But shadows of doubt lingered. A documentary on conversion therapy triggered memories, questioning if true forgiveness existed. Discussion with Jordan. Did I let them off easy? He pondered. Forgiveness is for you, not them. Wisdom accepted. Professionally, I launched a design firm focused on LGBTQ narratives. Thriving. Jordan led sustainability initiatives impacting globally. Ethan grew curious. Why two dads? Explanations gentle, fostering openness. School incidents, bullying attempts. We addressed firmly, educating. Resilience taught. A health scare. Jordan's routine check revealed a lump. Benign, but mortality loomed. Priorities sharpened. More time together. Travel as family. Europe, Asia, broadening horizons. Home, reflections deepened. Journaling my story, perhaps a book. Sharing snippets online. Responses poured. Inspiration. Debate. One message from a teen. Your story saved me. Purpose found. We allowed supervised visits, expanding family. Complexity added, but growth ensued. As Ethan turned 10, a family reunion in Denver. All gathered, harmony evident. Toasts raised to choices, consequences. In quiet moments, I pondered the journey. Shocks, betrayals, awakenings. Love's cost, high but invaluable. Was it right to forgive those who hurt us deeply, or does true strength lie in walking away?